Hello, farmers, and welcome to another episode of the harvest season. My name is Al,
And my name is Cody.
and we're here today to talk about cottagecore games.
Oh,
Woo!
woo! Ow, ow,
Oh,
ow! I love it. I love it so much.
I tolerate it. We are here today. We're gonna talk about Lens Island, the
Mm-hmm.
second harvest of Lens Island, because you did do an episode.
Mm-hmm.
You and Bev did an
Mm-hmm.
episode. When was that? I did have that up here, and then I
Like
lost it.
3 years ago.
Yeah, we think it was 2022. Yeah. Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. April 2022. So more
Yeah.
than 3 years ago. Wild.
Much has
Uh, s-
changed.
well, I'll be looking forward to hearing about what has changed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're gonna talk about Lens Island. Before that, obviously, we have news. But first of all, Cody, what have you been up to?
I have been obviously playing Lens Island the last couple days. Have been Pokemon Go has been having its like anniversary thing right now, and there
Yes.
is a chance to get shiny party hat Wurmple, which is my white whale. I have a Master Ball ready to go for that little guy. And so I'm trying to find one. After we record this podcast, I will be going on a walk for as long as I need to.
Have you been trying to get a shiny Gimmighoul?
No, I don't care about that.
Oh,
I really just want the shiny party hat Wurmple, and then I will probably just uninstall the game.
shiny Purple.
Shiny party purple.
Party
Party
purple.
purple.
Apparently, I'm really
Um,
struggling with the word party in front of it. That's really hard to say. Party purple.
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 So I've been doing that. I'm still playing Honeygrove. I just got
Is
the
that changing at all, or is it just continuing?
It's just continuing. It's just
Okay.
being the same game. There's quests, there's like parts of it that are unlocked. The one thing that I really friggin' hate is there's this ladybug lady who comes and goes. Her name is Abigail, and she comes during the weekends and she leaves. Um, it is exponentially difficult to get her top tier reward. And
Mm.
the things that she wants are things 9 times out of 10, it's like plants that she brings that only you can only plant when she's there.
Ah.
And if you have planted, say you have 20 in your inventory and then she leaves, but the next time she comes, you're back to zero.
Oh.
Which I think if they rolled the inventories over, I'd participate more because I would feel like I have like a head start to the next
Yeah.
time, but they don't do that. And so I've just kind of given up. And whenever she arrives, they like make a big deal about how she showed up. And then they send you to her screen. And I'm like, just let me click X. Like, just let me
Mhm.
be like, okay, cool, she's here, goodbye. Like, I don't want, but every single time it cuts you over to her screen and she says stuff. And I'm just like, leave me alone. But I'm still like unlocking parts of the map. It's just, I don't do a ton on it. I just do a little bit every day.
Fair enough.
For work,
I was going to say it's like, oh,
mhm.
I can't believe you're just playing the same game over and over for years.
Mm,
And then
hit me.
and then I realized we just talked about the ninth anniversary of Pokemon Go. Uh,
That and I will literally play Minecraft forever.
yeah. Yeah, see I wouldn't, but like Pokemon Go
Yeah.
is like the thing that I
Yeah.
continue forever. And it's like, yeah, sure, I'll play like party games regularly and I'll
Hmm.
do like I will obviously play uh other Pokemon games, but like I'll play them for until the new one comes out and then I'll probably never touch them again,
Hmm.
etc., etc. So it's like, yeah, but no,
So
I can't really judge.
yeah. The other things I've been still doing work, probably won't be defending in September, but I'll be defending in December instead, which is
Little
not a
Christmas
huge
treat.
deal. Uh, No, I'll get it. My degree will get conferred in the spring, which I kind of don't really care anyways. Um,
Just a formality.
yeah, it's a formality. And like for jobs, I mean, people get accepted to jobs that require PhDs before they've even defended. Because it's a pretty, like, once you get to this point, you really have to mess something up big time. Like, I would literally have to, like, stop putting any effort in and just give my dissertation in this format it's in now for them to be like, you're not done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
You've gotten to that point. It's like you have to really muck things up to.
yeah, so I'm not really that worried about it. I have technicians right now, which is nuts because I for this whole time I've been solo or working with volunteers, and the volunteers just help me in the field. I've been doing all the specimens by myself, but I have 3 henchmen right now. It is crazy. I went from none to 3 in like a month. A couple of them will be leaving at the end of July. So this month is like a lot of me being working with them and making sure that they're on the right track and that we're getting all the stuff that needs to be done,
Mm,
which is really nice. And they're all super great. We have a good little cohort. I'm also going to beetle school in a week and a half. So, like fly school, it's same, but it's beetles and it's Arizona,
mm.
which I'm not excited for that part, but I think it'll be fine. I literally think I just won't go outside except for at night, which it's supposed to be like a lot colder at night in deserty areas. The big thing that's in my life right now is that I am fostering a stray cat. So I will post a picture of him. He's gone through a couple name changes. Initially, he was Calvin, and now he is Zuko.
Nice.
And I got him because one of my friends called me one night, like a week and a half ago, and was like, "We've caught a cat. It has head injuries. Do you have a cat carrier? Slash, like, do you know someone who could take care of this cat until we can get it looked at?" And we tried to get that cat, like they had caught it in a tote, but then when we tried to move it from a tote to the cat carrier, it escaped. I went back later that day. I ended up finding this boy, and he is just so chill and just trots right up and purrs and meows, and he just wanted food. So I snagged him. He has one eye that's messed up. It's his left eye. It's his
Mm.
Zuko eye.
Ah, I see.
Um,
I
it,
get that reference now. I wouldn't
yeah.
have 6 months ago, but I get
Oh
it
yeah,
now.
yeah. So he's Zuko after, like near at the end. Like he's calm.
Yeah.
He's found his inner peace. He's just so chill. He in the month and not month and a half, week and a half that I've had him, he hasn't hissed. He hasn't raised a claw at all. He and Stella get along really well. Like sometimes Stella will come at him pretty fast and he's just raised a paw, but that's it. Like he doesn't like claw her, he doesn't hiss at her. He's just kind of like, give me space. And then she like walks away. And we were gonna try and go find the other one. We ended up finding it and it's a hoarding situation. All of these cats are part of a hoarding situation. There's like 20 cats that are part of it. And so I've called the Humane Society and the humane officer of the sheriff's department. And I was like, I have a cat that I'm pretty sure is from this situation. And they said that anytime they've brought a cat that is injured or has something wrong with it to her and been like, hey, is this your cat? Even if they know it's her cat, she'll still say, that's not my cat.
Mm.
So they were like, don't worry about it. Just keep, just keep trying to find him a good home. So she also doesn't believe in spaying and neutering. So it's just a never ending cycle. She's also living out of her cars and trespassing on private property. So it's kind of a big thing.
Unfortunate.
But saving this baby. So, and he's a good boy. He's very chill. And that's really the biggest stuff that I've been up to. What about you, Al? What have you been up to?
Well, I have been playing Lens Island, obviously.
Hmm.
We'll talk more about that later. What else have I been up to as I pause the game and scroll back to my list of things?
Pause the
Of
game. Al, you're not pausing the game.
course, I'm pausing the game. Oh, you mean I'm not playing the game? I
Yeah,
got you.
you're not playing the game
No,
while
of course
you're
not. Of course not. Of course not.
no.
Mario Kart World, yes. I unlocked mirror mode. I don't think I'd done that the last episode. Who knows? It's been
Mm.
so long since I recorded that, a whole week.
Hmm.
Um, and I started doing the mirror mode Grand Prix, and I don't think I'm gonna finish doing them. Uh, I think getting 3 stars in all of them, 150 is probably enough for me.
Hmm.
I'm happy with that. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do more later. I don't know, but I've got what have we got left? A week and a half until Donkey Kong. Um, which is the next game to look forward to. Um, and I mean, the usual Pokemon here and there. I got Shiny Pachirisu yesterday,
Hmm.
and Pokemon Go as usual. I got my Shiny
Hmm.
Gimmighoul, even though you're not looking for it. I was looking for
Nope.
it. I
Yep.
got two Shiny Gimmighoul, one normal and one costume. It's not costume though;
Hmm.
it's a pretend costume.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's about it. The kids are on holiday from school now, so it's all madness.
Hmm.
And we'll be going to the Isle of Man in a few weeks. Um, so
Oh,
just trying to
woo.
see how life is something like near sanity
Hmm.
for a while. We'll see. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's it.
Cool.
Let's talk about some news.
Hmm.
First up, we have the Harvest Moon Cozy Bundle, which is such a stupid name for this. But this is the Lost Valley and Skytree Village ports to Nintendo Switch. They have delayed it. It was meant to be coming out on the 3rd of July. It is now coming out on the 31st of July. There you go.
That's the tweet.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it. Who knows why? It's probably some weird thing to do with like the physical version or something. Like that's not a we found a bug and we need to fix it. That's not long enough. Uh,
Hmm.
so yeah, who knows what the problem is? But I guess we'll find out. Next, we have desktop cafe. No, goodness sake, desktop cat cafe have
Hmm.
released their 2.0 version. That is out now. Um, they have apparently a patience meter for customers. I find this funny, like, because who's going to a cat cafe for food for fast food, right? You're going to a cat cafe
Yeah.
for cats, right?
Yeah. So I think, well, so it's a cafe that is cats. Like your customers are cats.
Oh, I
Yeah.
misunderstood
Yeah, so
that.
this game
So it
is the
is.
Rusty Island
Yes, it's a Rusty's Lake. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I
a
knew that
Rusty's
much.
like
I knew that much. I
um
just forgotten that it was a cafe
yeah,
that
so
cats go to. That
they're
makes
all
sense.
cats and it's very cute. I just thought it was funny because I'm sure that like the patience meter is something you can toggle on and off. I'm sure that you could have it be like slow mode or something like that in the bottom, but you basically can like make these little cafes across the bottom of your screen, and now they've added this patience meter, so it's kind of like, did you ever play Diner Dash or anything like
No, I
that?
did not.
Okay, so it's like those types of games where you have orders that are up. I think Overcooked does this, where there's like the orders are there and then they start getting like more and more red and they start shaking when like the person is grumpy and they might just leave. Um, and so it's an incentive to try and make sure that you are prioritizing orders in the order that they were received. And then also that make sure that each place probably has all of the things that they want, and might have your worker cat like upgraded to be max speed or max efficiency or whatever. And they also have different traits for your customers now. So it's like there's the patient modifier. So it's a decor item that impacts the nearby customers. So there's something that you can put down that makes your customers more patient. I think it'd be funny if that was like a TV. If you put down like a TV and then they're like, "Oh, I'm fine waiting because I have a TV to watch." So they sit down and then they're willing to wait longer. There's one that increases their or speeds up their decision time. So because they'll sit there and they'll be
Hmm.
like, what do I want? And so there's one that makes them decide faster. And then there's something that boosts how much they'll spend. So you will end up getting a higher revenue from per customer. So yeah, you can do things like that to also improve it. I also think that it's nice that they changed the order distribution. So I haven't played this, but from what it says to me, what this sounds like is they had different cafes or different workstations or cafe stations, and some cats might just like all the cats might just go to one cafe. And so you have one cat that's working one of the cafe stations who's just like absolutely overloaded, and then another one is really not that busy because it was randomized. But it sounds like they're now assigning those orders based on workload. So if like one station is really, really busy, cats will be like, I don't want to go there, and they'll go to a different one. And that kind of like spreads out the demand.
Mm. Hmm.
You can also name your cats, name your cafe, different things like that. You can upgrade your stations. The cats will walk faster on paths. So if you draw paths, they will speed up on those. And you can shift click and copy something from one place to another. This is a really cute game. I do know that Jordan, is that his name, from Morris Games, the dev of Rusty's Retirement, they have been like repping this game and saying that this game is really cute and that they recommend this game. So I'm tempted, especially because I'm about to have to be writing a lot for my dissertation, but I also feel like this is just going to be a distraction. Also, now that I'm looking at it, it's Windows only, so it doesn't matter. But very
Sad.
cute. It's fine.
Yeah, interesting. Um,
Hmm.
Good they got a nice new update out.
Hmm.
Speaking of updates, next we have
Fields of
Fields of
Mystria.
Mystria. Um, their third major update is coming out on the 21st of July. They apparently have new large and extra large chests, which I'm very happy about because
Hmm.
chests are never big enough for me. I hate chests being so small. Cough, Lens Island, cough.
Yeah.
Give me bigger
Yep.
chests. Presumably there's lots of other stuff. I can't remember whether we talked about the third update or not because, oh yes, it's bringing uh, eight heart events as well, dating a bunch of stuff.
Hmm.
New mines, new mines monsters. The town cap has been raised by 5 levels. Bunch of stuff. I'm still not
Hmm.
going to play the game again until 1.0, but good to see they're just continuing. I think that's the third update this year.
Yeah, it's the third major update this year. It's coming on July 21st. So they're going to have that, like we said, bigger storage. Another thing that some fans in the comment section that we're really happy about is the auto deposit feature.
Ah,
So
yes.
being able, if you have like your chest open and your inventory open, you can automatically like move things between them just like by clicking a button so that if you already have stacks of stuff in your inventory, it'll just automatically shuffle everything out of your
Yeah, I
out
enjoy
of
that
from
feature.
yeah, I really like that feature as well. I'm very happy that they added that. So and I know the fans are as well. So good on them.
Next, we have Paleo Pines. They have launched a Kickstarter for their Player's Choice expansion to
Hmm.
Paleo Pines. It's already hit its goal, so that's good. Um,
Hmm.
there's 24 days left. I didn't actually look at it, but it looks like Cody
Okay.
did, so talk
Yeah, I
about
did. I will talk about it.
it.
So basically, they have gotten a lot of feedback from the players, and so they decided to accommodate a lot of that feedback in a DLC in an expansion that is part of this Kickstarter. So the Kickstarter gives them money to work on the updates. They did mention though that once the expansions are out, if you've already bought the game, it's just going to automatically be updated. So even if you didn't kickstart, it sounds like as long as you have the game, you will be able you will reap the benefits of all of this stuff. So, beautiful game, adorable game. There's been a lot of feedback though, and so they have a couple different funding goals. So they've hit the 75K pounds. Let me figure out. Yeah. So they they hit that, but we're still on our way to the second stretch goal, which is for automated poop clearing. So
Obviously.
the big questions that community members wanted were that they wanted a Spinosaurus in the game and they wanted more Dreamstones. So that has been hit, period, end of story, with their Kickstarter. And so they have slated that to be done in the autumn of this year, which is almost now, honestly. Um, so that they're expecting that to be done in the next few months. Um, the next goal is for the better way to scoop poop. I guess people said that it was something that couldn't be automated and it was something that was really frustrating. So they have made it so there are certain dinosaurs that you can assign to be composting dinosaurs, and they will go and pick the poop up for you and go and put it in the compost bin. Super cool. Another thing about the second stretch goal, which is a quality of life update, is to be able to track the different colors of the dinosaurs in your journal. So I know that this game has like a lot of different color variants of specific dinosaurs, and you kind of had to just like know whether or not you already had a color variant. And so they've added that to the journal. So you can now see, like, oh, I already have this color. I need this other color. You can see that very clearly in your journal now, or will be able to see that in winter 2025 if they reach that stretch goal. So that would require another 80,000 pounds past the goal. And then the last one that they have gotten a request for is a swamp exploration. So there's a swamp area. People really want to go into the swamp, I guess. We all want to be ogres. And so they have slotted that. It's another Kickstarter stretch goal. And if it is achieved, they expect to have that done in spring 2026.
One thing I don't like about this stretch goals thing,
Hmm.
they've written it out as plus £40,000
Yep.
and plus £40,000. You're like, but what does that mean? What is the total amount there, right? Because
Yep.
you're not looking, and it's like it's fine when you get to the first one, right? Because you're like, oh, it's just 75 plus 40. But then you go to the next one, it's like, okay, well, it's just 75 plus 40 plus 40. And then you go to the last one, you're like, plus £190,000, which by the way is more than the rest of them put together.
Yeah.
But you're just like, okay, so what number is that?
Hmm.
75 plus 40 plus 40 plus 190. It's just, I'm not doing
Hmm.
all that maths. Just show us
No.
what number it is. Come on.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. But that's the goal posts and the timelines and everything. The Kickstarter itself, you can get rewards that will be in game and in real life. So things like you'll get your name in your credits in the credits. They might send you pins. They might send you a plush, just depending on which Kickstarter level you choose. Another thing they said is to add a new color variant, which I think is super cool.
Mm.
But then also, like, what if I chose a color variant and everyone hated it and people just like pooped all over it? And I was like, oh, I actually spent a lot of money to choose that. But yeah. And again, all of the updates that will go to the game for free. So, if you're right now, I guess if you really want that poop thing, help them achieve that part of the goal. Um,
I love the
but
scoop poop.
yeah, that's
Love the
interesting.
scoop.
It's also interesting to me how they're like,
Scoopity
it'll
poopity.
be it'll be free for you. And I'm like, okay, but like it's really not free. This really like people do have to pay quite a lot of money to get this.
Well, so, but is it free? Like, is this just to raise money to do it and the actual update will be free for anyone?
Yeah, so that's what it is. Um,
That's interesting.
I don't know, some of this stuff, like some of the other stuff that they want, like for the quality of life update, is to be able to reject quests or delete quests, because your
Mm,
quest log will just get overrun, I guess, and people just wanted the
yeah.
ability to delete quests. And so that will be a part of the quality of life update that they want to release winter 2025. So that is 80,000 more pounds. So that'd be
Mm,
155,000 pounds to needs to be what they hit. I think they're at 90 something right now. So but that still is like a lot to even just have like this very simple thing. I mean, it seems simple. I think that part really is fairly simple. They did a good job in their video that they have of explaining why some of these things are not as simple as they seem. Like adding a Spinosaurus isn't as simple as it seems, because of the optimization that has to happen as behind the scenes of adding in Spinosaurus. So I get that, but for certain things, like give them the option to delete. I feel like I feel like you could do that. I don't know, especially if that's something that like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What if they don't hit that? Like what if they don't hit that goal? Are they just not gonna do these things then?
Yeah.
But I also get that they're independent. They're like they need to get paid to be able to do these things.
Yeah, so I guess the problem is, right, like they know that because they've struggled with money for quite a while. We've talked
Hmm.
about that previously. We're having issues with publisher and stuff like that. Anyway,
Hmm.
whatever. So obviously they need to make enough money to be able to keep going and be able to do what they want to do. And I guess the thing is that saying, "Oh, if we hit our main funding goal, we'll give you these quality of life updates," is not going to excite people. So you go, well,
Hmm.
if we hit this funding goal, we'll give you Spinosaurus. That sounds much more exciting. Which means that if you don't put the main funding goal as enough to cover everything you want, then you won't be able to include the quality of life updates without more money. But then,
Hmm.
yeah, it does feel a little bit like, not great. It's like, yeah, we're waiting until we've got even more till we give you some quality of life updates, which yeah, doesn't feel great, but it's a difficult one.
Hmm. Yep.
Anyway, they've hit their funding goal, so that's good. They're gonna get the Spinosaurus out,
Yep.
and probably will hit the next one. Whether they'll hit the one after that or not is a different question. I suspect they probably won't hit the swamp goal. That's quite a lot
Yeah.
more. But if you really want that, go help them out. You can get a lot of rewards for that as well.
Yep.
Go get your plushies and design your bright pink Spinosaurus or whatever.
All right. I'm looking at the next thing already
All right,
and
Dive the Diver.
and
Uh,
getting confused.
couple of bits of news here. So it's the second anniversary of Day of the Diver, which wow, that's crazy. Um, a couple of things around the DLC. So first of all, the Godzilla DLC is
Hmm.
back, so you can go get
Hmm.
it if you didn't get it before. That one is a free one. Go get it now. You just
Hmm.
have to own the game. If you own the game, you can add the DLC. You don't have to play it or anything like that yet. Um,
Hmm.
The Ichiban's holiday has also been extended when you can get it until the end of 2026.
Hmm. So this is one that so Ichiban Kasuga is the character. This is what I was just looking at. Um, he's the character in a game, a Yakuza game.
Yeah, correct.
Um, and that game franchise is owned by Sega,
Yes.
Toshihiro Nagoshi and Sega. And so, because people have been commenting, and they mentioned this in their video, that people have been commenting about how, like, this limited availability thing and how it seems kind of like it's meant to stir up FOMO because they only release some of the DLCs for a limited amount of time. And so it like makes you have to buy it during that time. And the developer of Dave the Diver said that is not the intention. The intention for Sega is to, they said, the limited availability, quote, that kind of approach is sometimes requested by the large IP holders to help protect the value of their IP. So it's the Sega people basically trying to protect the value of the IP of this character, which to me like is just
Is
not
capitalism speak?
it's capitalism speak, but it's also like I didn't even know this game existed until it became a Dave the Diver thing.
I feel like that's a you thing.
Okay. But like I just feel
Yakuza
like
is a
it is
pretty big game franchise.
mm, but like if you had it available all the time, there could be some people who play it and then they're like, I actually like this Ichiban character. What's he from? And then they go play Yakuza.
That is a theory,
And
yes.
if you limit the availability of that IP. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. I don't like it. Anyway,
I mean,
there,
I think the term intellectual property is a stupid term anyway,
yeah,
and we don't need to get into copyright
yeah.
discussions because we don't need an anti-capitalism rant this podcast, even though people are probably looking for one.
We've already had one per
You can't have
month.
intellectual property. It doesn't make it. It's just thoughts and ideas. Shut up.
But everything ever created ever is original.
Yeah, well, there is that too. I just hate the term so much.
Yeah.
Intellectual property. It's just
No.
because something doesn't exist, and therefore, so we gotta create another term to mean something. Just
Yep.
like, first of all, just call it copyright, right? Like, just be upfront about it. What you're saying is, we get to choose, therefore we're choosing. It's our copyright. The law gives us the right to choose, therefore we're going to. That's it. You don't have to be like, oh, to help protect the value of IP. Like IP has a value, right?
Yeah.
Like this just nonsense. Like thing. Ugh.
Yep.
Oops,
Yep.
I did rant.
Yay. Yeah, so they are re-releasing it because there were people who were worried they missed it the first time.
That's the
Uh,
Godzilla one.
both of them.
No, the In the Jungle was it hasn't been
I'm talking about
unavailable.
Ichiban's holiday.
Sorry, yeah, Ichiban's Holiday. Sorry, it has not been unavailable.
Oh, okay.
It was new, and they've
And they're just
given it a
making it go.
longer timeline.
Okay, cool.
It only came out in April.
But they're going to make sure that it has regular discounts going forward, um, to make sure
50% off
that,
just now until the
yeah,
10th of July, which is the day after
the
this
Steam,
episode comes out. So if
Steam
you
summer
want to go
sale
buy it, go do it
ends.
now.
Yeah. And the game itself is currently is 40% off for the Steam summer sale as well.
Nice.
So hit
Good
that
game. Go
up.
buy it.
The last thing that they mention in this is the In the Jungle update. So this is a update DLC, whatever, that allows you, like, you go to land and there's a lake and it adds the ability to catch freshwater fish. And the update here is that it's probably delayed until spring 2026 because they want to make sure that they make it the best it can be.
I think I'm done with Dave the Diver.
Yeah, no, that's
I,
pretty
I,
much it.
I don't feel the pull to go back
What would be the
and
pull? What
play
would
it.
get you?
I don't know if there is something like I enjoyed when I was playing it.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot to go back to a game,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think I feel that pull. It's like
Mm-hmm.
Ishiban's Holiday, eh,
Yeah.
okay. The In the Jungle, it's just more of the same. And like I enjoyed that, but you know,
Yeah.
I didn't even play a huge amount of the Dredge DLC. I played the whole the Godzilla one, and that was good fun. That was very different.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the Dredge one was different, but not in a way that felt I wanted to do it. And then yeah, Ichiban's Holiday, I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
And the In the Jungle is like, okay, fine, it's just a different place that you're fishing.
Yeah.
I'm not massively
And new
interested.
fish. And new
Yeah.
fish. But it's fine.
Yeah, but
Um,
that's the thing. Oh, yay, more I didn't even finish catching all the fish that were in the game, right?
yeah.
You can't make me have FOMO for when I hadn't already completed something in the first place.
I agree. That's where I'm at with any Zelda I not well, Zelda and also Pokemon IP right now. They're like, "Oh, the new game." And I'm like, "Man, I don't even remember playing Scarlet and Violet, so it's whatever."
All right,
Um,
finally,
last update. Yep.
Usagi-shima, new update, the
Woo.
Tanabata Star Festival
Mm-hmm.
update. It's more of the
So,
same. You got it. You
yeah.
like it. Go get your Tanabata bamboo.
Yep, so there's some new decorations with Tanabata bamboo. Your bunnies have are carrying little heartfelt wishes that they're putting on the bamboo as their wishes for the year or their wishes for the coming time. And they're so cute. It's free update. You just do it in the App Store or Google Play Store if you already have the game. So I am not intrigued enough to do this. So
Mhm.
that's the updates.
That's the updates. We also have a new game,
Hmm.
and that is Bee Simulator.
The Hive. I think Bee Simulator has been out for a while. This is
Oh,
like,
is this an update or a new game?
yeah,
Then
so I think The Hive. is something a little different. It's like a twist on the game, but it's whatever, man.
You're not interested.
No, I'm sick and tired of honeybee stuff, man. Like,
Oh, that's the issue. Fair, fair.
so this is not indicative of anywhere else in the world, but the United States has held up honeybees as like the poster child of pollinator conservation. And the honeybee itself is not native to North America. It was brought over because people wanted honey. And now it is used because it is an incredibly effective pollinator for certain plants. And the only reason it's really effective is because we've decimated all of the habitat for local pollinators and native pollinators. So they don't live near our farms anymore because we just do this monoculture and we spray all these pesticides. So the natives aren't there anymore. They can't do the pollinating anymore. So we have to bring in these honeybees. But honeybees are the equivalent of a chicken. It's like if we held up a chicken and said, let's save the endangered birds. It's like that is not like, yes, I agree with what you're saying, but that is not an endangered, that's not even a native bird. Like, no. So in the United States, it's really frustrating. I want to see more stuff about native bees, which is one of the reasons I super loved Apico and L adding in native bees. He also, I mean, like that game is more. It could have been in the like. Well, first of all, it's a fantasy game, but it could have been in not in North America. So the bees are there are social bees that live in hives that are native to where like Europe and Asia and stuff like that. So that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll get off my soapbox. But Bee Simulator, the Hive, is, quote, the epic adventure of a tiny bee in a vast world. Collect pollen, race through jet streams, and protect your hive from wasps. Now, even bigger with the Hive expansion. Gather resources, build, and customize your very own beehive. So this looks like you can build your hive in a bunch of different places. Also, gotta say, the hive, the pictures I'm seeing, not accurate. They wouldn't leave this much space, but okay. It just, it's fine. People will enjoy playing it. I don't want to poo-poo on people's fun too much. I'm down for bug games.
Could be worse.
Could be worse.
As with many things, could be
But it's
worse.
coming out on the 4th of August and there is not a price currently.
Ah,
Oh,
well, there
yep.
you go. Go look at it if you're interested in it. Uh, Cody will not be playing it, presumably.
No. No, I will not. Though if people are interested in I can't even say this. Never mind, redacted. I was going to say if people are interested in learning how honeybee biology happens, but I don't even know if it's going to be accurate. I'm going to have to play it.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I'm not, I would have to play it to be able to tell whether or not it's
Oh,
accurate,
okay.
but
I thought you were saying I have to play it now.
no,
That was close.
I cannot put my thumbs up on this. So, okay.
Fair enough.
So that's all the news. What is the
Woo!
deluxe Wait a minute.
Oh, the deluxe edition of Bee
Lens
Simulator the Hive.
Island. No, Lens Island.
Oh,
We're
interesting.
jumping right into it.
All right, okay. Well, let's start this then. So,
Mhm.
this is the second harvest of Lens Island. We had an episode 3 years ago. 3 years ago, goodness me.
It's been a hot minute.
But 3 years ago, and that was like 2 years after the start of the pandemic. That is where we are just now. That's how much time is changing. And like the
Mhm.
podcast was 3 years old at that point,
As each day passes, we get closer to 2050 than we are to 2000.
and closer to death. Sorry. Uh,
So,
so anyway, Dumpty Dum. We are going to talk
Lens
about this
Island.
because right, okay. Blah. Probably should have listened to the old episode to check what was actually covered in that 3 years ago, but we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I can
I
tell you.
hadn't played the game at that point. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, did you re-listen to it?
I did not, but I just
Oh,
remember. So
fair enough.
the all that really existed in the first episode that we played and recorded, all that was really there was a base bare bones island. There was nothing on the first island that you come to. There was no people.
Ah,
So there was you just showed up. You built a house. I don't even think there was a tutorial in the way that there is now. And so you built a house. You could go into the mines. The mines and the dungeon were one and the same.
right. Okay.
So there, or at least I had not encountered anything that was explicitly different. Now they are very different. There are multiple dungeons and the mines themselves. The mines were about as difficult as they are now, if not. I think they might have been a little bit more difficult because it
You
was
mean the
really hard.
dungeon?
Both. I mean, because before it was the mines and the dungeon, so it was like all in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of get, there's a spawning point for the baddies. They
Hmm.
come out, they overwhelm you super fast. I think I guess there still is a cooldown for consuming things. Though now consuming things doesn't just fill your health. It's just kind of like Minecraft where it fills your fullness. And when you're full, then your health auto
Depends
regenerates.
depends which one it is. So the
Yeah.
cooked meat from the deer, it heals you as well.
Yeah. There weren't deer last time.
Well,
Um,
there you go.
it was pretty basic. And then there was one addition to the island that you could, I think, unlock. And then you went to another area and it was like a Pirates Bay area. And there were
Okay.
people there. And so you could sell and trade things and play pirate games and stuff like there. But nothing was on the main island that you were on. I also don't think there was really like the story. So when you play the game now, it has more of the story. It was really just the bare bones. There was farming, and there was crafting and stuff, but they've fleshed it out so much more, and it's really gratifying to see where the game has gone.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's where I'll pause my 2 cents about the second harvest.
To start with.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. So I guess to give people a quick overview, just in case you haven't listened to the original episode or you've forgotten or whatever, it's a survival game. You are a character on, you come to an island, and you have to survive, you have to build a house, you have to do all these things, and then there's obviously, as Cody mentioned, there's a story to that. And Yeah, I feel like, is that enough of a quick overview of what the game is in and of
Yes.
itself?
Yeah, so it's like a survival game, but there are these creatures that you learn in the beginning intro part are used to be people. But they were corrupted by this uh what do they call it? A light stone or something. But it's a resource and they got corrupted by it and now they're these monster things, which changes my morality a little bit about killing them because I'm like, oh no, like what if later on down the line you find like a cure and then you've killed thousands of these
If
things.
you don't kill them, they'll kill you.
You're right. They will. They kind of I really love the art for them as well. They get kind of Demigorgon-esque,
I did
like
notice that
from
one was very much like
mhm,
the Demogorgon from Stranger
Stranger
Things.
Things. Yeah. And it is multiplayer, so you can play with 1 to 8 players, which is super nice. Able to play with your friends. Um, and there's a skill tree and there's a map. I don't know. It has a lot of potential. Like it's a super open world. You can really build it how you want it. So,
Yeah, okay, so let's before we get into the game proper, I want to do my complaining section because
yeah, I will second some of your complaints.
So let me get my list. Let me pause the game and get back to my list.
Yeah, stop
Uh,
playing the game
so
while you're.
controller support in this game is absolutely dreadful. It is just so bad. So when I first opened it, when it first entered early access over 3 years ago, um, it had no controller support, and so basically just
Hmm.
didn't work on the Steam Deck at all. Okay, fine, sure, whatever. It's early access. I think that you should have controller support from the start, but whatever, fine. I'll come back later. I came back later, and controller support does exist, but it is very bare bones and very terrible. When I loaded up the game on my Steam Deck, you can't start a game with the controller. There's like certain buttons that you can't
Yep.
even highlight using the controller and select.
Yep.
Um, and then even when you're in the game, there's other things like that. Like you can't sleep you can't click the sleep button
Yep.
on a bed without using the touchscreen, stuff like that, like really basic stuff that you need to do. Like I don't think a single person who was on the team tested this from actually tested controller support. I think they built in some controller support and they went, yeah, that's good enough. That'll stop people complaining. Spoiler alert, it won't.
Yeah.
I honestly think it's absolutely dreadful. Like, I think that if you only play games on the Steam Deck, or if you only play games with a controller, do not buy this game. That's it. Um,
Hmm.
I I I cannot legitimately say that anybody who does that can play the game. Like just don't do it. I tried
Hmm.
so hard, and I maybe got through like 2 hours on the Steam Deck before I just broke down and loaded it up on my computer, and it's so much better. Like it's playable now, right?
Yeah.
Like I cannot underestimate. I cannot
Overstate. Yeah.
overstate. That's the word I'm looking for. I cannot overstate just how bad the controller support is. It's embarrassing how bad it is.
I am right there with you. So I played a little bit last night. I was playing last night and I was just playing on my Mac with my trackpad. And I was
Mm.
like, this is not fun because there's sometimes you have to double click, sometimes you have to scroll. Like, so I
Yeah.
was just really
Oh,
struggling with that.
scrolling on the trackpad. Oh my word. Like if you try and like rotate something using the
Yeah.
scrolling on your trackpad, it just like zooms around in a circle really
Yeah.
fast.
It was really not fun. So I was like, okay. And I don't think I have any mice around the house, really. I had a couple that were like Bluetooth mice, but we've lost the dongles for them. So I was like, well, I wonder if you can connect a controller and you can actually just connect an Xbox controller to a MacBook with Bluetooth, which was
Yeah.
dope. So I did that.
Mhm.
And then yeah, I was like, oh, this is so cool. So then I started up the game and then I couldn't, like you're saying, couldn't start the game with the controller. I had to switch to my keyboard and my mouse pad. I was like, okay. And then as I was playing the game, like a lot of the stuff just was counter, like the mapping wasn't intuitive. So then I changed some of the mapping, but then things were double mapped. It was just like not great. And then once I finally figured it out and got it to a settings that I liked, it's still like there are times when I'll open up the inventory and it will give me my right thumbstick will give me it'll be like a mouse on the screen. So I'm like,
Mm.
this is great. I can go wherever I want on the screen and like click whatever. But then there's times when that doesn't happen and you have to use the
Yep.
D-pad and the like button, the left button, right button triggers to like choose things. And that is not fun. I can I cannot use a fire pit because
Mm.
if I open up a fire pit and then I try and move something to the fire pit, it will drop whatever it is I'm trying to move, and my inventory will get stuck in return to bag.
Mm.
And I'm like, I don't have anything in my hand. I can't do anything. Like,
Yeah.
I literally can't do anything, but I really need to put something in the fire pit. So, yeah, I've been struggling with that all day.
There are some things as well that this because this is the thing. It's not just like niche things that we're finding that are a problem. It's very basic things that you do every single
Yes,
day in the game that you just cannot do with the controller. And there's
yes,
things that are just not intuitive when you're using the controller as well. Um, so when you're like, as you say, like dragging something into like the fire pit or an anvil or something like that, when you're on the mouse and keyboard, it's very obvious. You go like, oh, I just drag that over, that's fine. But when you're using the controller, it doesn't really explain what you're meant to do.
Hmm.
And it very much, this whole game feels like it was created for someone with a mouse and keyboard, and anything else you get, you will be thankful that it even exists,
Yeah.
right? It's not going to be good. We don't particularly care. And
Okay.
maybe I'm being harsh, but honestly, I think that I think they would have been better just to not have controller support at all than have the absolutely dreadful controller support they have, right? Because I saw, great, controller support is up. They say it works great on a Steam Deck now. Steam says it's compatible with,
Yeah.
but then you click on the button and you say, oh well, what's the compatible stuff? And it's like, oh, some text may need to be manually input, blah blah blah. Okay, fine, sure, that's not that bad. I've had plenty of games where it says that, and then it just ends up being absolutely terrible. I would just say,
Yeah.
yeah, just don't bother. Right? You clearly don't want to add the controller support. We're not. This isn't like it's the third update since early access. No, this has been 3.5 years since early access started, and 1.0 is out. You cannot do a 1.0 and have half controller support. It's
Hmm.
just terrible. And it's like the mapping, right? You talked about changing your
Yeah.
mapping. If you go into the mapping, I don't know if this was different for you because you had an Xbox controller, but when I was on that on my Steam Deck, it showed the normal keys. So it showed like, oh, this item is mapped to F key. And you're like, but what does that mean on my Steam Deck? I don't know what
Yeah.
would. So like the controller support that they seem to have added is the Steam map a button on the controller to a key on the keyboard, not actually building in controller support like they normally do. And
Okay.
so,
That
but the
is
thing is that
different.
on the in the mapping they have like two options. It's like, oh, this is if you're using a keyboard and mouse, or I can't even remember what it was. What was I looking at? Um, oh yeah, so control scheme. It's either WASD or mouse based, and it's like, okay, well, where's the controller one?
Yeah.
Right? Like it just seems bizarre the things they've not done.
Yeah, so on mine, it does have like on the controller screen of like change the controllers, update all of that. Half of the screen, there's like some part of the screen that is like WASD, et cetera, et cetera. And then there's like below that, there's it's split in half. That is, here is how to change the key mapping for keyboard setup. And here, and then on the other side, it's here's how to change it for controller setup. So it does exist on mine. I wonder if you just have
Interesting.
to scroll really far down in your
Yeah,
menu. It might
I'm
be at the
wondering.
bottom,
I have it open on my computer, so I can't open it on my Steam Deck. But I'm wondering if that is the issue. Yeah,
but like that, I
maybe
don't
it's
know. I
just
feel like it
doesn't show
should
it properly because it's on the Steam Deck. I don't
I
know.
feel like it should like show you that if you're on the Steam Deck, that's what it should show you
Well,
then.
this is the thing. Like, why when you because the games normally when you're playing a game with a controller, it'll notice you've pressed a controller input, and like all the
Yeah.
things on screen will show the controller icons rather than the keys.
Yes.
And it does do that for some things. So if you know that, why do you not show the gamepad controls by default? That's
Yeah.
what I
I
find
agree.
weird.
I agree.
So yeah, pretty
Yeah.
embarrassing, I think. There's also like lots of little things like see when you're on a mouse and keyboard, you can just use the scroll wheel to change your what tool you're
Your
holding.
hotkey. Yeah.
But on the controller, at least on the Steam Deck, you have to press left or right and then press up to select it.
Yeah.
Why is that the case? That is such a weird extra requirement. I don't
I
know why
don't
you
get
do
it.
that.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So yeah, it's a
If I
bunch
scroll
of
over
weird
to
stuff
it, I
like that.
want to use that.
Yeah, exactly. I got like I died multiple times trying to deal with that.
Yeah.
Um, and it's really, really weird. Okay, fine. Enough complaining about controller support. I could do this all day, but we'll probably shouldn't because I actually have some things to talk about the game as well.
Yeah.
A few more complaining things before we get into things in general. Uh, see, when you create a world and it asks you to choose the character,
Yeah.
and you name it, it says, "What is your character's name?" You put in the name, so I put in Al, and then it popped up
Hmm.
and said, "Where is Len from?" And you're like, I was like, "Oh." Did I put in the wrong name or did I like I didn't type Len? Did I accidentally like click back instead of forward and then it just chose the default name? I went back. No, I had chosen Al. It just asked me for a name and then didn't use it. Why would you
Yep.
do that? This is so weird. My
Yep.
name doesn't exist other than on the choose your character game. That is why bother giving me the choice of a name and then
Yeah.
literally never using it? And in fact, not just that, but using a different name.
Yeah. I saw that I know you had already mentioned that, and so it was already on my radar. And then
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I
it
went
happened.
I went a little bit grumpy in the Slack for when I first picked it up on the Steam Deck.
It's fine, it's fine. Um, yeah, and then the having the I did the same thing. And like it seems like you can have multiple characters um per game, per like
Yeah,
world.
I think you can also have the same character in multiple worlds. It's
Okay.
interesting. Like I don't think I would ever like deal with that, but presumably that's so you can have like here's my personal world and also here's a world with that I'm playing multiplayer and I want the same character in
Okay.
both. I get it's I kind of get that. It's a little bit confusing because I suspect a lot of people will just be like, "Oh, I want to create a world and I want to create a character within that world, and it's a little bit weird that
Yeah.
you have to do them separately, but fine, whatever. I get it.
Yeah.
Um, what else?
There's
We've
that
got
the
the
workbench.
workbench. Yes, there's so many things you can only put up inside. So
Yeah.
workbench, anvil, loom. It seems a bit weird that restriction because
Yeah.
I said here, is this a survival game or a hide in your house game? Like I don't. I get why you would restrict some things to being in houses, but like it's a pretty common thing in survival games that you can just put things outside as well, right? Like
I wonder if it's because like so I've had some of the like creatures come for me at night and they do start damaging your
sure,
house.
sure, but like let me figure that out the hard way. Or let me deal with that if I want to, right? Like maybe I want to.
Yeah.
I don't like having to go into my house to to get stuff out my bag and to, use my workspace.
I
The workspace is
wonder,
so cheap. I would be happy to just rebuild it if it gets destroyed.
can you like could you build it in a house and then tear the walls down?
Oh, good question. I will
Because I
test
would
that.
just build it how you want it and then just put tear the walls down and just be
Yeah,
like,
that's
and there it is.
yes, that's an interesting one. Let's see how that works. Because
We're live
presumably,
testing it.
right? Like it's not going to go, oh well, I'm going to delete everything in this house now. How do I delete things again? I'm in the build
Hmm.
menu and I select and I recycle and then I exit out. It does seem to be now just open. So, in fact, could I just put down a foundation? Maybe I can just put down a foundation.
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh, I've run out of wood. Goodness me, this
To
game
be
keeps
to be
making me.
determined.
Yeah, okay. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Building a foundation. It's fine. I can edit this. And then building a workbench. I've built it outside on a foundation with no walls.
Okay.
And now I
So
can't figure out how to get rid of it with the hammer. Must
so the only
be
thing you need
enclosed
is a
under a roof.
foundation to be able to build onto it.
I can't use the workbench.
Why?
If I click on the workbench to use it, it says it must be enclosed under a roof. But if I can build it, I just
Why?
can't use it. But that's even more annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know how this hammer's meant to work. It just like wiggles things when I hit them. I can't get rid of this workbench now.
Oh, well, you have to like it's not hitting them. You it was like A, I think.
No, A is like move.
Huh.
Oh, you mean on the controller?
Yeah, it was something and then you I don't know.
Trusty wooden hammer for repairing damaged buildings. Oh, maybe do I just use like the sword?
No.
I need to Google this. I can't figure out how to recycle this thing because even when I'm in the build menu, when I click
Hmm.
on the workbench, it just tries to use it.
Hmm.
Like, am I missing something? Is there like another select or because like the build menu is not really like you're not in a different mode. You're still moving around.
Yeah, can you here, I'm gonna pull it up.
This is definitely
Um,
getting edited out. This is stupid.
no, this is fine. We gotta know for the fans, for the listeners. Okay. So I hit F to go into the build menu. Yeah. So I hit F. I'm in the build menu. So it's the menu that has the little
Oh, I
showing
see. Oh,
current
this is
thing.
really okay. I understand. I understand what the issue is here, right? So see if I go into my backpack and I go into the build menu there. That
No,
is
yeah, you have
different
to,
from
yeah,
pressing F. Now I'm in the
correct.
build menu. Now I can recycle it.
Correct.
That is so stupid. One thing I do like about this is that see if you go in, if you so you start off by building wooden stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
then once you unlock the ability to be able to do
Mm-hmm.
stone stuff, you can actually in the build menu click on something and upgrade it to stone,
Mm-hmm.
which is a nice thing that I will see. And
Yeah.
it costs the same, right? You're not saving anything, but it does mean you don't have to like scrap it and then build it again. You can just go around
Woof.
and tap on everything and upgrade them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, okay, fine. My complaint still stands. Let me put a workspace without a roof, please and thank you.
You have to have a roof.
The map is not amazing. I originally said it's terrible, and then I've changed my mind on that. It's not terrible on when you're using mouse and keyboard. It's
Yeah.
okay. Um, so like when you're on the Steam Deck and you tap on the map, it shows blueberries, and there's
Mm-hmm.
no way to get rid of those blueberries.
Yeah.
On mouse and keyboard, if you tap it again, you can change what the icon is, and if you right click it, it gets rid of it. But there's no way to
Yep.
do that on Steam Deck. So you just end up having blueberries all over the map.
If you accidentally click on the map.
I also feel like I should be able to zoom in further on the map. Um,
Sorry, I
that's
just got
a
stung by
thing.
bees.
Oh no.
I just learned that that's a thing that can happen in the game.
That that might be a
So,
thing that I was noticing. I don't know because there's so many like things that seem this is a thing that I've been annoyed. There's so many things that seem to hurt you and I've no idea what's happening.
okay.
So it's like I'll be cutting down a tree and then
Uh-huh.
suddenly I'm taking damage and I have
Is it
no
after the
idea why.
tree? Is it when the tree starts falling?
Yes, but it's falling the other direction, so it's not
Yeah, it's
falling on
bees.
top of me.
It's bees. That's
It's
exactly what just
bees. How
happened
am I
to
meant to know
me.
it's bees? There's no, I can't see anything.
So I heard it. Do you have your
Oh,
sound off?
look, there's an accessibility issue. You shouldn't require people to have sound on to
There was
hear, to do
uh,
something. There's no
there was a
visible bees.
there was a very small there. I mean, it. I could imagine. I can understand not seeing that the small. Um.
Dreadful.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, fine. Yeah, the map is not great, but whatever. It's fine on mouse and keyboard, as with so many things.
Hmm.
Um, I will say, here's a positive thing. The accessibility around difficulty is good. Like in your world, you can change a whole bunch of settings. You can choose permadeath. You can choose what happens to your backpack when you die. You can choose your starting health, what damage you take, your backpack size. There's so many things you can change to make a game easier or harder, which is good. I like
Hmm.
this. Um, if you turn off sound, that doesn't turn off all the sound.
Hmm.
There's still sound when you're loading a game, and weirdly, when you eat something.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting here playing the game while recording. Anytime I eat something, complete silence, and then
Yeah.
it's so weird. Of all the sounds to have to hear is the eating sound. Goodness. Right. Fine. I think that's my general complaints done. Uh, so which of the things that I've got listed are things that didn't exist in the game? I guess
So
all of the things existed in some level, right?
the things that the mechanics.
The mechanics, yeah.
Hunting, sailing, there's also fishing, but
Oh yeah, I
um
haven't got to the fishing yet, sadly. Can't do everything in just 10 hours, and it's
well,
hard to
so
put more
yeah,
time
the
in.
fishing, there's the guy for the fishing.
Mm,
There's like I'm pretty sure there's a fishing port guy.
I would believe it.
Um, and I also similarly have not gotten to that point. So yeah, there was a lot less.
So the sailing didn't exist, did you say?
Nope, and I don't even
Interesting.
think you could swim.
So you just had the one island and there was nobody on the island.
Yeah, and then
Right. It
there you
was
could
very,
build.
very bare bones then. It was like, here's the general concept of the game
Yeah,
and the mines and building, presumably. You could build.
Yeah, yeah, you could
Yeah.
build. The building
I,
hasn't changed that much.
it's presumably expanded what you can build and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of this game is very kind of bare standard, not bare bones, standard survival game. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I just unlocked a dog. I've got a dog now. A dog
I don't
friend.
have a dog yet.
It's at the end of the first dungeon on the first island.
Oh, I can't.
You
I'm
gotta go
still
save him.
so messed up on that dungeon. I
You
want
gotta
to
go save him. It actually
improve
wasn't too
my
difficult.
stuff.
I don't know if they reduced the difficulty maybe, but it wasn't huge. I mean, it took me a couple of tries, but there was only one particularly difficult bit right at the end, and if you're good at dodging, it ended up not being too hard. Anyway, be
Yeah,
that as it may, go get your dog.
I will.
Right, let's talk about the sailing then. Because one of the things about this game is that obviously you're on an island, and there are other islands, and
Hmm.
um, in a very Animal Crossing-esque way, you have to go to other islands to get certain plants and other things, which is, I think, fine. I quite enjoy the sailing. It's quite fun. I look forward to upgrading my sailing
Hmm.
boat because I think that'll make it even more fun. It's a little bit slow when you're trying to get across the map to an island where you know something is that you need, but I suspect the other boats are much faster. There's also currents in the water that allow you to go
Hmm.
super fast, which are fun as well. Although the problem is they're one direction, so if I go really far up the map on one, then I'm stuck and I have to go the slow way back. Not ideal, but
Yep.
um yeah, no, I think that's fun. Uh it adds more to the exploration, right? You're not just exploring an island, you're also exploring the sea.
Hmm.
Some islands are terrifying. I just came across an island that is just covered in deadly spiders
Yeah, I haven't
and
gotten to that island.
is scary. Have you done much
Well,
of the sailing?
Um, I have sailed a little bit. I haven't come upon like a decent amount of scary things, so I don't have that same experience. Um, but I mean, it was all right. I like the how the different islands look pretty different, and seem like their own things. Like some of them have dungeons on them as well.
Yeah.
So I like that aspect of it for sure. Yeah. I don't know, it's pretty basic.
Uh Farming. You said farming existed in the first version you played.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Seemed pretty similar, where you can plant things in rows and you have a watering can, you can water them, and then you just come back and get them. And I don't, is there
Yeah.
like a quality system now at
I've
all?
not seen anything like that. No, it does seem to just be you grow them or not. One thing
Hmm.
I find a bit weird is that see when you click on it, I know you get a scythe later on that you can use to
Yeah.
the only harvests crops that are ready, but there's no clear, certainly the first time you're growing, there's no clear visual indicator to see that it's fully grown. And if you click on
Hmm.
it, you can click harvest at any stage. If you harvest it before it's ready, you'll just get the seed back. And if you harvest it when it's ready, you get the thing. And sometimes you'll get a seed.
Hmm.
I just find it a bit weird that there's no like indication on that. Like you can click harvest at any point, it doesn't look any different if it's
Hmm.
ready or not. And that's weird to me. Um, like at least
It did
show
look
the little
different.
icon. It does look different, but
Yeah.
if you've not done it before, you don't know what to expect, right?
Yeah.
Like if you've not grown this crop before, how do you know what it looks like in its final stage?
Yeah. You're right. Uh, not much, like, not much explanation there at all.
No, it's pretty self-explanatory farming. If you're looking for a complex farming system, this is not it. But
Hmm.
it's a fun part of an overall survival game, right? Like
Hmm.
you want it there because it allows you to grow food and it allows you to make money, and that is a useful part of the overall experience.
Yeah.
And obviously allows you to grow things that you use in other things, like you can grow cotton that you make cloth with, you can grow flowers that you can sell, you can grow blueberries and other fruit and vegetables that you can either eat or sell, depending on what they are, which you need. everything
Hmm.
with, right? Like you need all these things. So I just have a bunch of farming plots that I'm growing everything in. Um,
Hmm.
you like build these farming plots rather than like having using a hoe or whatever. And
Hmm.
uh slightly easier and quick. I guess it's definitely focused on the like, yeah, farming is here, but farming is here to give you other stuff rather than farming is here to be a core part of the game.
Hmm.
And that's kind of a perfect example of that. It's like you don't have to hoe, you just till the land. Sorry, I need to stop saying hoe. You don't need to till the land. You just um put out this farming plot and then you plant and you water and then eventually you harvest. What I do really like is there's like a plant all button. So if you
Yeah.
have multiple of one crop, you can click plant all and it'll do up to 9 of your crops, which is I like that. This is good.
Yeah.
I like quality of life things like that. Don't make me just constantly click because so many farming games do that, right? Where it's um the difficulty is just in how long you take to press buttons, not
Yeah.
anything else. And that's fine in some games because like in Stardew, that's the whole point. The whole point is you are building this farming empire and you have to start out small and you just have to live with that. But the point of this is about the exploration and the survival. And so I don't want to
Hmm.
have to go through the long process of clicking everything if I don't need to.
Yeah. Have you done much with the skill tree?
I've done a little bit of the skill tree. I've not figured out how I'm unlocking credits for it. It's just every so often that icon has a little extra icon on it that tells me I've got something that I can unlock.
You haven't seen the level up
Oh, is it
thing?
from the I've only noticed that once.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Does that give me
Do you see
the
below
numbers?
your health indicator
Sorry, I'm
a
fighting just now. I don't have the time to look. Just give me 1 minute. I've nearly done. I'm nearly done. I just killed the last blob that they're going from, so I've just got one
there you
enemy left to
go,
go.
yeah.
Uh, 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 I think I'm done now. Okay, yes. What am I looking at? Sorry.
Okay, so when you look at the main part
Oh,
underneath
yes.
your
It says
health bar,
experience 5. Right.
5. So you are level 5.
Yes.
That is
So
how you have gotten those.
you get
Mm-hmm.
one per level you get. Is that how it works then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I only noticed the upgrade screen once.
Yep. I think it's cool because I think you can like it increases your health as a base thing. It you can depending on where you're at in the game, you can improve your farming or your um gosh, what are the different options? Let me open it up. Let's see. You got mining, so you can be a skilled crafter, which gives you less hunger drain and a chance to gather double things. There's skilled assassin, which increases the your chance to harvest the dark essence, which is what the
Mm.
bad guys drop. Increases your bonus critical hit chance and um, more healing when you're full. Another option when you first start is skilled explorer, so it's a chance to double the fish or the meat collected and increases your base damage. And then skilled farmer, which increases you can double the seeds that are collected from plants, gives you 10 to your total base health pool, and increases your healing from cooked food. So, and with all of these different skill trees, like you unlock the things around it. And so you can, like, I have one that allows me to double the limestone that's mined
Yeah.
or double the clay that's mined. So you can, and it allows you to see what is next, like what you would get next on the skill tree, or like where the skill tree goes. You can say, like, oh man, I really want the master farmer one. So I know I'm going to have to like make it that direction.
Yeah.
So I hate when things are like they have a skill tree, but they don't let you even access to the higher tiers to see what they even are. So it's like, what if I don't even know if I want whatever this is?
Yeah, yeah, no, I like that it's got that.
Yeah.
It's fun having the ability to be able to see what things are. And it's like, yeah,
Hmm.
there's the like survival section, there's the farming section, there's the
Hmm.
building section, and there's the combat section, so it's like built out like that. I quite like that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I finally found how to get the tutorial stuff back. Oh wait, no, I can't. That's not how that worked.
You're
I
talking
thought
about
I'd got
trying
to it.
to access the tutorial
Yeah.
information. Yeah. I'm not sure how to do that.
I saw it because you can see the quests both previous and forward, and I saw the tutorial completed, but you click on it and it does nothing. I thought it was going to show
Mm,
me all the tutorial information again, but nope,
mm,
nope, it did not. I like the upgrading of tools and stuff is interesting. So the way that that works is you go into the workbench and you upgrade the workbench, and that gives you access to more blueprints. And the blueprints are for upgrading tools or for building new tools. And
hmm
you use them at the anvil. I think it's got it does have a little bit of the infinite crafting problem that a lot of games do, where there are
hmm
just so many different things that you have to do to get one thing.
hmm
But it also doesn't feel incredibly annoying. And I think that's because the amount of times you're doing it is not very high. So,
hmm
like, I'm not constantly going into a whole bunch of different menus every single day to do these things. It is every week or so you're like, oh, I can now do this because I've built to
Yeah.
that point. And so now I have to go into three different places to do it. But I'm not doing that every time. And that I think is the key and what in why I don't find it annoying.
hmm Did
Um,
you do you find a dungeon map at any point? Do you know?
no. There is the caves has a map,
Yeah.
the mine, which seems to be that the mine runs under the whole map and you can go to different islands from inside the mine, which is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that that's accurate.
Um, I like the mine in that you can build inside there.
Hmm.
What I don't like about the mine is you can't build wooden stuff in there. You can only build stone and up,
Oh, I didn't know
which,
that.
yeah,
I've
because
I've
I got
only
very
ever
confused initially
uh-huh.
and couldn't figure out how to build, and then realized it's because I was trying to build wooden stuff, not stone stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
fine, whatever. Feels unnecessary.
I only ever try and build stone because I'm almost always hitting my max inventory for stone.
Yeah, it
So,
definitely. I'm at the point now where I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely getting much more stone than I am wood. It's much quicker to get stone than it is to get wood. So,
mhm.
yep, especially in the mine, right? Because that's what you find in there. You find stone in there.
Yep. So it's I'm
Um,
just gonna build stone while I'm in the mine.
I really want to upgrade my uh toolbar items. I'm assuming there's a way you can do that in here somewhere. Because like I currently you start off with six items. Oh yes, here's the thing that annoyed me: eating.
Hmm. Mm.
How do you eat, Cody?
You just click, you have to have it on your toolbar.
You have to have it on your toolbar. You can't eat something in your bag. You have to
Yep.
go into your bag and drag it from the bag into your toolbar, and then you can eat it from your toolbar. That is so clunky. That is very
Hmm.
frustratingly clunky.
Yeah, I get that. I
Uh,
agree.
yes, I want to add more stuff in my toolbar.
Yeah.
Is there an option to upgrade that? Feels like something that would have it. Oh, 1 + 1 extra hotbar slot in the
Yeah.
Master Crafter. No, I want
Okay,
more.
yeah.
That's ages away.
You have to
Oh,
become the master crafter for that.
yeah. I need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more points to get to that.
Yeah, because then you can have, so I always have, you always want to have your your pickaxe, your axe, and your
Hmm.
sword.
Yep.
And then also, I guess if you're
Your
going,
torch,
maybe your torch, yeah. And then that, so that leaves you one slot for
which is probably
food.
food. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so then if you're like, I want to do farming, well, I have to keep switching out my farming tools
Hmm.
because sometimes you want the watering can and sometimes you want the scythe.
Yeah.
So I
Not
would like one more
ideal.
slot, but yeah, 6 more levels before I can get to that point. Okay, so we talked about sailing, we talked about farming. There's probably not much to talk about the mining. We talked about building in the mine, and it's kind of pretty standard mining, right?
Yeah, I like that there are torches around the place so
Hmm.
you have it's clear where that wants you to go. Because you can just follow where the torches are and I like that it kind of helps you understand um, like where you've already been, especially if you are directionally challenged. I'm not, but some people are. Um,
Of course not.
I think I would like if I was able to put an access to the mine wherever. I built my initial house in probably not the best place.
Oh, see, I built it right next to the initial town, so I'm
I should
very close to the
probably,
mine. You can
I
just
should
move
probably
stuff. Just move.
honestly just do that. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it won't be that hard to, well, I'll just build another house. Let's be honest.
Yeah, two houses. Why not? In this
Well, and then
economy.
I can go back in this economy. Yeah, I can go back and delete the other house. But I mean, I guess like that doesn't really tell you where to place your house either. It's just kind of like, now go build a house. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I don't know where I want my house. So I ended up building it like in this random place that was near blueberry patches. I don't know. I it could have been better. I could have done better. But yeah, so the mine is pretty simple. There are some things in the mine, like you will come upon like other, not civilizations, but like other areas where people clearly have been.
And sometimes
Um,
notes and stuff like that. So you'll be like,
mhm.
oh, I had to hold up here to get to save myself from the monsters and stuff like that.
I do like there's also this mechanic, or not mechanic, but like there's this thing where there are these tablets that are all over the map in different places. And there's a ring of them that have words, but you can't read the words. But then you'll find a tablet that helps you learn that language. And then certain letters will pop up on the words.
Yeah, so I've learned a bunch of stuff, but I've not found anything that to read yet. I don't
Oh,
know
it's
where are the things that you need to
to the
read.
left of the dungeon entrance.
Oh, like
There's,
outside the dungeon.
yeah, there's a ring
Ah.
of like five stones, and that's where I've done it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I was looking for things in the dungeon, not
hmm.
outside it. That was my confusion.
Oh, I need glass? That's lame.
Oh, yeah, it does have that problem that a lot of these games have where you're like, okay, so I need this thing. Where do I get this thing from? And then you end up Googling it. Uh,
Oh, I know. I've found glass before. It's just,
I've got glass here, but like I had this issue with cotton. I was like, oh, I need some what's it called? Uh cloth. And I was like,
yeah.
okay, where do I get cloth from? I don't what am I meant to do here? And then you realize that you go and Google and you're like, oh, it's on certain items. Sorry, certain
Hmm.
islands. The Mediterranean islands apparently is what they're called. Okay, sure. I went to a bunch of islands and I found some cotton on one. I don't know what made it Mediterranean, but apparently it was. So yeah, I find that funny as well.
Okay, I've set a new bed.
Oh, yes, here's one other thing that I really like.
Hmm.
We're now just playing the game and thinking of things that we want to talk about. I like how if you cut down a tree and it hits another tree, it cuts down that tree.
That was all, yeah.
I like that sort of thing where it's like, yeah, there's just cause and effect in the game. And obviously that also add like if it falls into your house, it damages your house. Okay, that
Yep.
fine. That's one of these things
If it
you have to
falls
deal
on
with. But
you,
yeah, well, I've not had that because how are you managing to have it fall on you? Because it falls the opposite direction from the way you're
I'll
hitting
like
it.
run in that direction, like
Why?
preemptively.
Why?
I don't know, to go catch what I know is gonna fall.
Also, if you get the dog goes and gets the stuff for you,
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
right?
I don't have the dog
Go get the
yet.
dog.
It appears, Al, that you can build things. Huh. Um, so I've built another house and here's a workbench and I just built, I haven't fully enclosed it. I just built a small roof over it.
Oh, so it doesn't need to be enclosed, it just needs a roof.
So I
But
built, yeah,
you need something for the roof to be on. So did you build one wall and then the
I
roof on
built
the
like
one
a
wall?
half wall. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
But then
Okay.
there's a lot of
Maybe
stuff I
I'll
can just build outside too. Oof.
not the workbench for some reason. Okay. Is there anything fundamental we've not talked about?
I don't think so. I think we're good. I think we're
I guess
just
I need to
playing the
talk
game
about
now.
why I guess I need to talk about the fact that I actually like the game now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
Uh,
what changed for you?
well, I started playing it on my computer. But
Yeah.
the problem with this is that I don't know whether I'll be able to continue playing this game because like I don't game like this, right? Like I could do this for this because I knew it was going to be like a limited amount of time,
Yeah.
right? I'm going to go, oh, I know that by today I was going to be finished, so I could spend 10 hours on my computer playing the game. But like
Yeah.
I mostly game sitting in the lounge next to my wife watching TV together, right?
Yeah.
Like that's how I like to game. I don't like to game sitting in my office on my own. Uh,
Yeah.
so it's a little bit sad, but that is essentially how I started liking the game is I started playing it how they wanted me to play it, which sounds like an obvious thing, but I feel like being able to play with a controller is something that you should be able to do and actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
And yeah, nah.
I mean, I think it is new. It just came out 1.0. So here's hoping that it's something they can update because I also was having fun playing on the couch with Jeff. We were watching Love is Blind. And I can't really sit there with like on the couch with a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah,
Um, and the trackpad does not spark joy. So I would like more options. I think it would behoove them to let one of their developers spend a smidgen of time actually figuring out some of the stuff.
I agree. All right. Um, I think, yeah, my summary, I guess. Oh wait, that's I can just repair that. I've been building there's a bit there's like a random part off the north of the island with a
Hmm.
broken bridge, and I've just spent ages building a custom bridge to get over there.
Oh
And
yeah, you can
apparently
just
I could
repair
just
the
click on it
one.
and repair it. That was so much
Yep.
easier.
Yep.
I don't know what to say. Um, okay, so my summary about this game, because this is what I do. Again, if you play on the Steam Deck and you don't want to play on a computer, don't buy it. If you play with a
Yeah.
controller and you don't want to play with a mouse and keyboard, don't buy it. If you like survival games, uh, I mean, I guess I don't have a huge amount of experience with survival games, so I don't know whether this is a good survival game. But what I will say is I'm having fun with it.
Yeah.
Um, it's obviously not a cottagecore game. It is very much stress. Everything is stress because it's not only the dungeons and the mines that have the combat, they come to you in the middle of the night, and
Yeah.
also you die of hunger if you're not
Oh,
careful. You got to
I
keep
didn't know that.
eating. Um, there's just so many stressful things that can happen. Yeah, like I'm currently hungry because I ran out of food and I was hunting and I got too hungry while I was hunting. And so now I'm losing health. So I gotta
I
get
didn't
some
know
food
that.
in me. Let's eat some pumpkin, shall we? Yeah, so I think it's fun. If you like survival games, you probably already know about this game and know whether you want to continue playing it or start playing it, depending on what you like in survival games.
Hmm.
So I guess it's hard to make like a concrete this is or isn't a good game because it's not something that I have much experience with, right? Like I would have played Minecraft a lot. That's probably the only other survival game I've properly played.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not like Minecraft because Minecraft is very much focused on the building. And this has building, but like that is a side thing. This is about the survival more than anything else. And to
Yeah.
be honest, I played Minecraft a lot in creative mode. So
I think it's a good survival game. I do enjoy it. I am enjoying it. I think that the biggest thing that would make this go from being like a 7 out of 10 game to a 9 out of 10 would just be the controller support and making the controls a little bit easier. I don't really have any issues with, I mean, they can always add more complexity later, more, recipes or whatever people want to do. But I do like the game as it stands.
I don't want more
So,
complexity. I think it's complex enough.
okay.
But maybe that's what people like. I don't know. Maybe this is why I don't particularly play survival games is because of that.
Yeah, I think,
Um,
no, I think I agree with you. Like, I'm also of the mind that, like, this is complex enough for me. I feel like I could dump like 20 hours into this and have all the answers I need. Um, to any questions that I might have, but I do think other people might be wanting a smidge more.
Possibly.
So,
It'll be interesting to see how it goes because they do have a timeline of a roadmap of things they
mhm.
want to do. And so, you know,
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see how that goes.
yeah, 100%.
All right. Anything else to say? We happy? We done?
I'm good. Yeah.
I think we're done. All right. Well, Cody, thank you for joining me to talk about
Thank you.
Lens Island, the second harvest. That
Hmm.
makes it sound like we're talking about um like a DLC for it or something. Lens Island, the second harvest.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to join me for the second harvest of Lens Island. That's
There we
probably better
go.
wording, right?
Yeah. I,
Let's
I
go with
think
that.
I think that's the blueprint. Yeah, thank you for having me. This has been a lot of fun to um, rejoin this game and revisit it and see where it's come. It's come a long way from when we first played it 3 years ago. And while I'm not mad, I'm just a little disappointed, you know. But
I will say,
hey.
I just noticed fully harvestable crops do have a little sparkle on them when they're ready. But
Um,
again, the problem with that is you still don't know until you've done it.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Where can people find you on the internet?
I am on Instagram at Hiking Beagle, B-E Eagle. I am on Blue Sky at Cody Mathis, which is just my name. And that's about it. What about you, Al?
Yes, you can find me at the Scottbot on mastodon.scot. You can find the podcast on Tumblr and other places at THS Pod.
Mm-hmm.
You can send us feedback on our website, harvestseason.club, where you can also find links to everything else to do with the podcast. We will be going on a very short break later this month when I'm busy for a couple of weeks. During those
Mm-hmm.
couple of weeks, we will have some greenhouse episodes that have been recorded. We're going to start off the month of the Shire because Tales of the Shire is coming out in August, and they
Woo!
hopefully the first episode after our break, assuming nothing goes wrong, will be the Tales of the Shire episode. That is currently the
Mm-hmm.
plan. I don't promise things, but oops, there we go. I told you. So in the run up to that, we'll be having two Greenhouse episodes,
Mm-hmm.
which are about the Lord of the Rings. I don't know how they're split up because I wasn't in it. It was Cody and Johnny, and I
Oh,
told them to
so
give
what
me two
we
episodes.
And we did. We sure did. They are split up. The first episode is about the Lord of the Rings franchise. So the Fellowship, the Two Towers, and the Return of the King. We mentioned The Hobbit a smidge, but we don't get that deep into it. And then the second episode is about The Hobbit, so the three movies and the book itself. And we kind of go over our uh, experiences with the material, movies versus books, uh, hot takes we might have.
I love a
Yeah,
hot take.
it was really fun. I'm always down to yap about Lord of the Rings.
I haven't listened to them yet, so I will be looking forward to listening to them while I edit them.
Hmm.
Probably later this week, maybe not. I've got a couple of weeks to edit them, so who knows when it'll
Hmm.
happen. But yeah, so if you want that access to that, you have to join the Patreon, patreon.com/THS pod. That's where you can support the podcast and get access to all our bonus episodes of the podcast,
Hmm.
including those two upcoming ones. You also get access to the Slack where you can chat to everybody who's in the Slack. That includes all the main hosts
Hmm.
and a bunch of other people who are all fun to chat with. We have some good conversations there. Um,
Hmm.
so come and join us there. Yeah, I think that's everything. Am I missed
Yeah,
anything? I don't think I
I
have.
will post pictures of Zuko in that chat. That will be what I post from this episode.
Excellent.
Uh, and because he's a good boy. But other than that, I don't really have much else to post.
All right. Well, I think that's everything. Thank you again for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, listeners, for listening. And until next time,
Have a
have a good
good
harvest.
harvest.
Woo. The harvest season is created by Al McKinley with support from our patrons, including our pro farmers Kevin, Stuart, and Elisa. Our art is done by Micah the Brave, and our music is done by Nick Burgess. Feel free to visit our website, harvestseason.club, for show notes and links to things we discussed in this episode.
I'm so grumpy that I can't. There's like gemstones that I can't get.
I just upgraded my bag again. Woo!
I need to upgrade my pickaxe, but in order to do that, I need to be able to smelt. I need the
Uh,
smelter, Al.
how'd you get the smelter?
How are you asking how to get it?
Yeah.
You have to
Mm.
upgrade the workbench to get the blueprint for the smelter,
Well,
and
yeah, I know, but like,
then
what level is that? Smell. Oh,
oh, it's just
I've got the blueprint for it.
yeah, it's very low.
You just need iron. I just need iron. I've got almost enough for that.
Yeah,
Smelts minerals into precious ingots.
yeah. I want to do that because there's the things in the mine that are like they clearly have gemstones in them, and I want the gemstones because I am greedy. Um,
Oh, I just unlocked the warp portal. I don't know how to
ooh,
use it. How do I use that?
I don't know.
Have you
Does
not
it
done that
allow
before?
you? Well,
Warp.
I remember something like that being in the base game or the early
Aha.
access.
Oh, I just warped to another island.